Spices.
Shalom to all. Today's daf is Nedarim daf Nun Aleph. We are starting the fifth line at the end of the line. And today's daf is sponsored Lili Nishmas Mars Miriam Sarah Batsav Yaakov Maisha Her Neshama should have an Aliyah, and Lili Nishmas Mars Rivka Basar Meir Zev Her Neshama should have an Aliyah. Now yesterday we started discussing the Rebbe was going to be making a chasana for his son Reb Shimon. Bar Kapara wasn't invited, and then later on he was invited, and the conversation that took place between Rebbe and Bar Kapara. And now we continue with that. Amalei Bar Kapara Labarante de Rebbe. Bar Kapara told Rebbe's daughter, Lamachar, tomorrow Shasina Chamer Breikut Davuch. I'm going to drink wine with your father's dancing, or Bekirkani de Imach, and with your mother pouring me a cup of wine. And he was referring to the chasana. Now something else to know about Rebbe's family. Ben Elasa chasani to Rebbe Hava. Ben Elasa was the son-in-law of Rebbe. V'asher Gadol Hava. He was very wealthy. Azman Ilbei Hilulad Reb Shimon Berebbe. He was also invited to the wedding of Reb Shimon, Rebbe's son. Now Amalei Bar Kapara Rebbe. Bar Kapara asked Rebbe at the chasana, "My tayeva. What's the meaning of the word tayeva?" This is the way the pasuk describes when a man sleeps with a man, the same way one does with a woman. So what's the meaning of this word tayeva? It's not used by all the other forbidden relationships. So called Amalei Rebbe Dehachin Hu Tayeva. Everything that Rebbe tried to tell him, oh, this is the reason, this is why it's called Tayeva. Parcha Bar Kapara. Bar Kapara told him, oh, that's not good, and he gave a reason why. So Amalei Rebbe told Bar Kapara, Parsheat. So you explain it to me. Amalei Bar Kapara told him, first of all, Tesi Bischi Tirmi Li Natla. Let your wife come and pour me a cup, meaning let her pour me a drink. So Asas, she came. Ramule, she poured him a cup of wine. Amalei Rebbe, now Bar Kapara told Rebbe, Kum Rekaidli, get up and do a dance for me. Then Merlach, and then I'll give you an answer. Then after Rebbe did so, after Rebbe danced for him, Bar Kapara told him, Hachi Amar Achmana, this is what the Torah is saying. Tayeva, what's the meaning of the word Tayeva? Taya ataba, you are straying with this. You're straying from normal relations and having abnormal relations. Now, Lakas Achina, in order to get another cup of wine, Amalei Bar Kapara asked Rebbe, my tevel, what's understanding the word tevel? This is the word the pasuk uses to describe a woman standing in front of an animal to have relations with it. So Amalei Rebbe tried to give him a bunch of answers, but Kinyan Kadma, the same thing happened, what happened previously, Bar Kapara kept on slugging up all those answers. So once again, Amalei Bar Kapara told Rebbe, Evid li da Aimer lach, do for me like I told you beforehand, I need to have a cup of wine poured for me, and I want you to do a dance for me. Avad, so Rebbe did so. So Amalei Bar Kapara explained to him, Tevel hu, what does that mean, Tevel hu? Tavlin yeshba, is there spice in this relationship? Mishan yahada biyam and kul biyas, why is this biyah different than all other biyas? Meaning, why would a woman want to have a relationship with an animal? And that's what the pasuk's saying. Amalei Bar Kapara continued telling Rebbe, Umay zima, what's understanding of the word zima? This is the word that the pasuk uses describing a woman having relations with a man that's not her husband. And once again, Amalei Bar Kapara told Rebbe, Ivid ki in Kadma, do like I told you before, I need to have a cup of wine poured for me, I need you to do a dance for me. Avad, he did so, Amalei, and then Bar Kapara told him, Zu mahi. The word zima is a conjugation of this, what is he? Meaning a child born from a woman who has relations with a bunch of men who are not her husband, we don't know who his father is. Now what happened after this? Lo yachol ben Elasa l'misbel. Ben Elasa wasn't able to handle the way Rebbe, his father-in-law, was being treated, so come v'nafaku v'intase mitaman, he and his wife got up and they left the chasana. Now the Gemara says, my Ben Elasa, what was so special about Ben Elasa? The time we have a brayso, lo lechinam apizar Ben Elasa es ma'isav. It wasn't for nothing that Ben Elasa spent tons of money. El laharis bahent spiritual kain gadol. The reason why he spent so much money on this haircut is because he wanted to show people what the haircut of the kain gadol is. The pasuk says regarding the haircut that the kain gadol needs to receive, kasayim yichsemu es roshehem. They have to do something special to their heads. This lashon of kasayim yichsemu. And what exactly is that? And Tana the Brisa tells us that what type of haircut does a kain gadol have to receive? Ke'en lulinis, it's like a lulinas haircut. And my lulinas, what type of haircut is that? Rabbi Yehuda says, tasparta yechidasa, it's a very unique haircut. And hechidami, how does it look? Rav, he explains, Rosh Shalzeh b'tzadi kar Shalzeh, the tip of one hair reaches the base of the next hair. And behind it to Spar Shal Kain Gadol, that's the haircut the Kain Gadol needs to receive. It's a very difficult haircut to give, it's very expensive to receive, and Ben also spent tons of money on getting a haircut like this and learning how to give a haircut like this, and the Gemara is telling us that it wasn't for naught, he wasn't just wasting money, he had very good intentions by spending all this money. Then we continue explaining the Mishnah. We had said it with the last haramutza, that if a person said he's not going to eat tavshil, he's still allowed to eat the last haramutza. Now we ask, the last haramutza, what exactly is the last haramutza? So Amar Shmuel, he explains, kara karkuzai, it's a karkuzian kara, it's a karkuzian gourd, it's a type of gourd. But now Rav Ashi Amar, he says, Dalas hatmuna beremet, it's a gourd which is placed in hot ash, and that's the way it's cooked. But now Esri Ravina Rav Ashi, Ravina asked Rav Ashi, Rav Nechemia says, Dalas aramis, he Dalas hamitzris, and Aramean Dalas is the same thing as an Egyptian Dalas, and Kilayim ha'ivanis, Kilayim haramutza, it's Kilayim, it's not to be planted together with a Yavanis or with a Ramutza. So Yufta, this is a clear refutation to Rav Ashi from the fact that we see that this type of gourd is not allowed to be planted with a Ramutza gourd. It must be that a Ramutza gourd is a type of gourd and not that it's a way to cook it. So we go with Shmuel's opinion over here. And the Mishnah continues, and this is not really a new Mishnah, this is really the end of the previous Mishnah, and the Gemara is just repeating it over here. If a person makes a neder that he's not going to have Maisa Kedera, Ein Asr Elim Maisa Chasa, he's only Asr to eat something which was boiled very much, because that's what Maisa Kedera means. Whereas Amr, if the fellow said, Kainam Hayar the Kedera Shani Tayim, I'm not going to eat something which is placed into a pot, Asr B'chol Hanasa Kedera, he's not allowed to eat anything which is made in the pot, even if it's not Maisa Chasa, even if it's not boiled a lot. And the Gemara tells us, Tanya, we have a brisa, Hanayder Min Hayar the Kedera, if a person made a neder from something that is placed into a pot, or something that goes down into a pot literally, so Asr B'yar L'ilfas, he's not allowed to eat something which is going to be placed in a pan either. Why is that? Shekvar Yar L'Kedera Kaidim Shared L'ilfas. It's first placed in a pot before it's placed in a pan. When they made something in a pan, they would first cook it up in a pot a little bit and then place it in a pan, so this would be Asr for him also. However, Min Hayar L'ilfas,
Min Hayar L'ilfas, Ilfas Maximus. 558 is the gematria of Yaakov B'Seisef.